G'day guys, Chewie here from Crash Course Gaming, and welcome to my first video. And to kick things off, I thought what a better video to start off my channel than a good MOBA. If none of you know what a MOBA is, it's basically a traditional game similar to Dota or League of Legends of the like. And the game coverage that we're going to cover today is Heroes of the Storm. Basically, Heroes of the Storm is one of the latest alpha development titles for Blizzard, and it is a really exciting game. It's very similar to some of the other MOBAs that you might have played or seen around, or some titles, but it's a little bit different than the average MOBA because, to be honest, every match that I've played so far usually get under 15 minutes, but it's action-packed. To kick it off, let's have a look at what we've got available to play with here. As it is Blizzard and is their version of a MOBA, they've introduced characters from their World of Warcraft series, StarCraft, and also Diablo 3. So we've got a whole mix of different characters for us to play. Basically with the characters, they come in different roles. You'll get your melee warriors, you'll get your ranged support characters, you'll get your melee support characters, and you'll get assassin types. And again, they can be ranged or melee as well. It's a really exciting title. To kick it off, I've played a little bit of all the classes here. I haven't touched every single one, but each one's quite exciting. Basically, every character starts at a level 0, and as you work them up, you unlock different traits, and those traits complement the abilities your hero comes with. Sort of like your 4 skills. What sets this game a little bit apart from most of the other MOBAs that are out there, it's actually not item dependent, it's all skill dependent. So there's no grinding gear, there's no getting that ultimate item that you need to win the match, it's purely skill play. And the other big game changer for this title is that it's global XP. You can get XP wherever you are. But rather than sitting through an intro of that, let's just get into it and start destroying stuff. Alright mate, let's do this. Okay, like I said, this is the MOBA, sort of scenario play. Just to recap, make it really crash course and fast, you've got 3 lanes, top, middle, bottom. The basic strategy is you push the lane with the creeps, and your goal is to destroy the structures, and to ultimately destroy all their defenses to take out their main base, like many other MOBAs. What makes this game different, obviously, is it's all skill dependent. So obviously, it's all about builds. The build I'm going to be running today is a really aggressive build. The first thing it relies on is a bit of health steal. It's probably a key part about the build, and it's basically it's a bit of a ganker build. It really does rely on getting some really good skills set off. So basically, with the Barbarian skills, you've got an Ancient Spear, which is a stun. It's also a pull as well. You've got a Seismic Slam, which is sort of like her single target attack with a little bit of AoE, and the Whirlwind is pure AoE, and of course a good health steal as well. And of course the trait, that's how I earn the skill points to do it. So let's crack it. A lot of times in the games when you start the lane out, you really want to take advantage of these bushes. Depending if they come in, it's a really good place if you get 2 or 3 characters and you sort of want to sit around there for a gank. It can really turn around a match at a start. Also with this map, it's very scenario based. So the scenario on this one is you want to collect basically relics, and by doing so, the tributes I should say, you get control of a special debuff that makes all their minions actually one hit, and it allows you to push their towers a lot more easier. So this opponent here, this is Siege Tank. It's obviously one of the Sergeant Hammer, one of the opponents we've got to face. It's sort of like a range specialist, and I'll go over specialist in another video. Really good at taking out bases at range as well. But let's crack it on. Again, like a lot of this game, there's no last hitting or anything like that. If you ever played MOBAs where you've got to really survive off those last hits to get the gold for the items, there's none of that. It purely is skill build and dependent. He's not too bad, this Siege Hammer. Like usually they play a lot more defensively, and you see how each time it has to sort of mount down to do like an extra AoE. It's sort of its weak point to the system. Alright guys, I'm going to go in for a quick gank here. Let's see what I can do, mate. The next ability I go for is Forced Attack, so that every 10 seconds I get that heavy crit for your basic attacks. Here we go. Oh, oh man, I missed that spear bad. I sort of like to roam a bit. I don't like to sit in the lane a little bit. The whole point about it being aggressive is you jump in and out of the lanes and you want to really put that pressure on the opponent. And here's the first tribute. Again, when these things come up, it's going to cause a lot of ruckus amongst the teams. Here we go. Yeah, I got him. Whoa. So like a lot of MOBAs, you can call for assistance to your team. But the basic concept is with these tributes, you want to get 3 of them per match. There we go. It's that easy. Bit of lag there, team. Sorry about that. I'll make sure that not the best actual connection speed sometimes, and I'll tell you that much for free. So this one over here, these are just basically like a minion camp. Every team's allowed to sort of attack like the mercenary camps, and after you attack and defeat them, you capture them, and then they sort of push a lane for you. Again, if the enemy catches them, it sort of puts like a cooldown timer on that camp, and it doesn't allow you to get them for a period of time. But, like I said, we can capture them as well, and there's different types. There's boss camps, there's hard camps, and obviously there's easy camps, which is just the mercenaries I just killed. For the next talent, this one here, it really is on how you want to go with the build. If you want a little bit more survivability, you can go for the heal. Personally, I don't like it. I prefer the damage because a lot of this build is landing that stun, getting in close, and smashing them with some seismic slams. It really is a key part about it. As for the 4th build, which is sort of like your heroic ability, I guess in other MOBAs you'd say your ultimate, I really rely on, a lot of people might say the leap's a good one for this build. I really prefer the berserk stance, just because it allows for that extra damage. There's debuff, timers that are on cooldown more. It's just overall complements the build way better. And we're going to get some good kills here. There we go. Again, you really want to be as aggressive as you can with this, as much as you can. And the tributes, honestly, the game's a lot about. It's really jumping in and out of the scenario, whatever scenario you're in, because there's different types. And it's really in your spare time, you really want to be focusing on either taking mercenary camps while you've got time. See how the sort of lanes are pushed here with them, and you want to keep that consistent pressure. All right, so they can ping for assistance as well. Might just go upstairs here and help Nova and get this gank. And they're running. Another thing great, like if you're just starting out in this as well, Barbarian's a really, really fun class because there's none of that mana dependency. You can just go straight in there and start hammering it. Oh, I don't even know where I'm going there for a second. They're going that way, I'm going this way. Alright, there's the last tribute. I'll just push this lane and we should be able to get this scenario. Again, depending on how you go, sometimes you get a really good team. The main thing is ping a lot while you can, especially when it comes to tribute defense. And here's the ultimate. So just there, I just wanted to run around, sort of distract them. That's pretty much the project of that is. A lot of it is diversionary moves if you can. We should be able to get this mirrored in. Another great thing about the Barbarian is as you use your skills, you get a slight buff of speed as well. So you sort of use that to assist with like your follow-ups and your chase. There we go. Again, you really want to focus on those characters that really pump out the damage, especially when you see the Demon Hunter. You really want to push a Valor. You really want to knock her down as hard. She's a bit squishy, but she's also really, really good at burst damage as well, so you want to get her down fast. Not too bad with this team. It's pretty good. Again, like I said, you can sort of see they're straight onto the merc camps. They're straight into going for tributes. It's probably a pretty good team to go. And like I said, here's the first scenario that's done. So like I said, with this one here, whenever you win the favour of the Cursed, all the minions pretty much 1 HP, and all towers and anything that can damage you on their base is disabled. Again, this is pretty much how the build rolls. You want to get in there, stun them, catch them, and chase them up. It's pretty much the best way to go out with this build. And really using that spear to the maximum advantage. Again, you see now I've got Wrath of the Berserker, where I'm just even ignoring their damage completely. And then just absorbing heaps of that life. A little bit of extra information as well. The game's a lot about not only capturing the camp as quick as you can and taking them out. You want to get experience along the way. So every time you do a different map or you do a different match, the main thing is you want to take out as many of these buildings as you can. Because as you can see, as they get destroyed, they actually give you XP, and that XP at the end of the match gives you XP for your character, which ultimately unlocks new abilities, skins. Sorry, I'll just smash these guys up here a bit. Again, I might just run out of there. Okay, let's go on to the next skill. So we're at level 13 now. Here it's really open. You can really choose what really works for you. Personally, I really prefer the wind shear because it increases the amount that you healed, and it also allows you to remove any snares if they're placed on your character as well. I probably shouldn't be really doing that. I'm too busy talking. Another great thing about this game, if you've ever played most of the other MOBAs, there's a lot of TPing. In this they call it hearthing. Blizzard just putting in a bit of other functionality, and basically it teleports you back to your main base. So there is no need to worry about if you can TP. Everyone can do it whenever they want. There is a cooldown placed on it though, and there's also cooldowns placed on mounts as well. Again, now that you've got the tributes, you really just want to focus on talking to your team and trying to get those camps. It really does assist. Even you can see now that the camp that we captured a while ago, it's just pushing their base. And this is a really good camp because it just stays at range, and it basically outranges the towers. It's a really, really fun game, the Heroes of the Storm, and I must say, out of all the matches I've played, usually around 10 to 12 minutes sometimes, and just easy and fun. I've just really, really loved the concept of it. Again, the main thing with this barb, you really just want to get in there, you want to grab one, and you want to start spinning. That's your go move. You just don't want to stay there and constantly auto-attack them. It's not that sort of game. We should be able to nail these guys up. There we go. And the sort of chases, like I said, you just want to keep following up with that seismic slam, because each time you do it, you actually increase your movement speed. And you just follow them up. There we go. Done. Oh, I might have bit more off than I could chew. Oh, and I made it. Like I said, best thing to do if you want to think about hearthing, hop in these shade spots. Whenever you sit in these spots, you're pretty much hidden. The only way you can be sort of revealed is if the enemy hero chases up with you. Beauty about this build as well is because we've gone with the heal ability at the start, and also increasing our heal ability on our whirlwind. It allows us to pretty much solo these camps at this level. I'll just quickly grab this tribute and I'll show you how it goes. Here we go. Now we're at level 16. In here again, you could increase the time of your whirlwind, which would obviously assist when you want to pull yourself into those team fights and just spread that damage across the team. It's pretty much what I go with 9 times out of 10. If you find your team are quite aggressive and they're heavy on the gankings, you could go for the attack slow build. It's much of a preference. Obviously a big part of this build as well, while you're actually in your berserking as well, basically auto-attacking increases the timer on it. And obviously increasing the time of it means you get the sustained damage, you also get, so these are my buffs, and you also get the reductions of any silences and roots. While you spin, I'll just let you know, while you spin, it doesn't increase the Wrath of the Berserker. You can upgrade it one more time for your very last level, and it does give it a tick every time you hit it, but in generally, no, it doesn't. Oh, took my off the screen then for a second. That was, I deserve that. Oh, I deserve that. I shouldn't do that. That was terrible. So this is what happens when you die. When you die, you pretty much go on like a cooldown timer. Up here you can see anyone else that might be dead on your team, and of course their enemies as well. And basically at that time you spawn back at the altar, and you're ready to go again. That was pretty noob of me, mates. Mate, I tell you, that was pretty bad. I don't normally do it that bad. When you first get into the game, there is a setting that follows your character around. I sort of disable that because I sort of like to pan around whilst I'm moving. Normally I'm not that bad where I focus on something, but I'm probably thinking a bit too much about talking right now than actually focusing on the game. But, like I said, one death, we'll recover from that quite quickly. Should be able to get something here. I reckon we'll be able to get him at least. Oh, foul of the year. Oh, there we go. Sorry about the lag, mate. I will get that fixed. And the great thing about the spin as well, you can just remain in place if you wanted to get that heal going as well. One thing about the towers here, I should have described a little bit earlier, they actually have ammunition, so they're limited by how many times they can actually attack you. That ammo does regenerate. You can actually get builds where it can disable or even destroy some of the ammunition that some of the bases have. That's more of a siege build. A good point, I probably didn't mention before, a little point of tracking where you're at with your objectives. I usually have some sort of reference down here. On this map here, it pretty much references what tributes you've collected. I reckon we can do that. Probably a little bit longer this match. We probably, if we would have focused a little bit more, we probably could have nailed it a little bit quicker than this. And at this level, I'm pretty sure we could pretty much solo this. Good thing with you ever trying to tank this, you fight it, you pretty much want to dodge its AoE that it does there. It's a bit of a stun. Saw it a little bit earlier, it nailed me before because I wasn't paying attention. But he's pretty easy for a boss minion. Just walk out, come back in for the skill. I might just move him a little bit over here. Don't want him to... It's a bit of an ability he does there, it's like a root. Perfect. And again, now we've captured that boss. Another great thing about jumping between the camps as well, they actually drop little health pods that you probably didn't notice before. I was pretty much standing on it. And those health pods just give you a short burst of regeneration. And this should be the next tribute. There we go. We should be able to take these guys down a bit. A little bit of lag there. Like I said, as long as you're skilling and you're moving up, you sort of get that burst of speed and should be able to nail them off. I should be able to get a... Oh, jeez, I've just been missing the hooks today, haven't I? There we go. Nailed. And I'll just go down here. And here we go for our ultimate. The chain's not too bad. Again, I prefer to increase the Berserker's Fury because once you max it out as well, you get a great ability to 75% reduction on any disables and roots, which pretty much is the main thing that can sort of nail the Barbarian if you're not getting that AoE off in time. Sort of at this point, we've pretty much won it. Really didn't need to capture this camp, but you really, like I said, you really want to get these buildings as much as you can, just to get that extra XP. Great thing about this game too, all skills can be used on buildings. Majority of all skills, obviously heals won't, and you can just nail your abilities on the building. There we go. And now we'll end it. A little bit of lag there, team, so sorry about that. should be able to run out of that in time. There we go. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that. Even with the lag, I managed to get away. And it's over. Try to get some more kills before it's over, though. Here we go. Yup. Oh! Oh! I should have probably backed a little bit before that. I got a little bit too much a little bit too cocky there with that one. I mean, at this point, it would be pretty hard for them to make a comeback. It would be pretty much impossible. Again, a large part of this game that keeps up the fun is, you know, in comparison to other MOBAs, you'd probably just start to some of the real action around the 18-minute mark. Whereas this, you know, this is actually quite a long match, to be honest. Normally, I nail them in about 12 minutes. Well, guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope to cover some more characters over the week and upload some more content. Feel free to send me some comments or tell me anything else you'd like to see, and I'll be happy to put it up.